Hello, welcome. Are you ready to learn? In recent years, changes on a global scale have changed the way business is conducted, creating competitiveness among companies and high customer expectations. The commerce has redesigned its processes due to new technological advances, creating a new concept. E-commerce. E-commerce is a new concept that has emerged in the last few years and is gaining importance today. E-commerce is defined as a new business model that consists of selling products or services through digital media. Examples of media include websites, mobile applications, and social networks. Small and large companies have websites and social media profiles to promote products or services as their main strategy to reach more people around the world. Benefits of e-commerce: increased sales and global reach. Products are available to anyone anywhere on the planet with an internet connection and a device capable of navigating virtual stores at any time, 365 days a year. In addition, there are approximately 350 million active users on the internet, many of whom could visit your business. Improved communication. It allows better communication between the company and customers. Through digital media, companies know what customers think about the products. Customers can write comments, complaints, or compliments about the quality of the product. This helps to know about the interests that arise in the consumer and at what time of the day they mostly make purchases on the internet. Cost reduction. Another advantage of e-commerce is the reduction of costs. It is cheaper to sell products online than to open a physical store where you have rent expenses. Although the combination of these two elements provides good results. Disadvantages of e-commerce. Consumer distrust. Some shoppers prefer to see the product in physical form rather than an image, and a percentage of shoppers feel insecure about entering their credit card information. Although users have normalized this process over the years. Shipping costs. Most companies charge shipping costs along with the price of the product, which means an extra expense for the customer. Now I'm going to show you the types of business models, but first let's define the term business model. A business model is a tool used by companies. Its purpose is to define the type of business according to the market and the type of customer it is aimed at. It defines how products and services will be sold and how revenue will be generated. It represents the textual and graphical structure of a business. B2C. Business to consumer. This type of companies sell their product to end users. When a user buys clothes, shoes, cosmetics, and so on in an online store, it is a B2C transaction. Examples of B2C are Amazon and Walmart. B2B means business to business. A company sells its products or services to another company. They have a longer sales cycle but a higher order value and recurring purchases. Examples of B2B are Syntec and Globant. C2C. Consumer-to-consumer commerce is an online marketplace that brings consumers together to exchange goods and services, earning a profit from commissions charged per transaction or listing. Some examples are online businesses such as eBay, Wallapop, or Craigslist. C2B. Consumer-to-business commerce, where a user offers a service to a business, usually in the leisure or tourism sector. For example, a photographer selling photos to an image bank. Or an influencer who receives commissions for each user who visits a link posted on their social networks. E-commerce went through 4 stages of innovation and communication before it had a major development. Pre-printing era, also known as pre-Gutenberg. This era was before the invention of the printing press, before information was transmitted from person to person. Person to person. In 1450, after years of testing and research, Johannes Gutenberg, a craftsman and inventor of the printing press, invented the printing press. Europe with an innovative printing press. Age of printing. Consists of the typographical storage and printed transmission of information, generating the information, creating low-cost catalogs for commerce. Sellers and buyers found benefits as customers found it more convenient to make their purchases. Sellers were able to reach customers who did not live near them. The function of these catalogs was, and still is, to sell at a distance, which can be seen as considered a direct precursor to e-commerce, which began in the United States. The function of these catalogs was and is to sell at a distance, which is considered an immediate predecessor of e-commerce, and its beginning was in the United States in 1920. Electronic or analog era. Its main novelty was the provision of electricity to users as an intangible good that unleashed new ways of using information. Immaterial good that unleashed new ways of using information. New instruments for the transmission of information emerged, improving communication between individuals, including the telegraph, telephone, television, etc. Communication between individuals, including the telegraph, telephone, television, and radio. These instruments, innovative for their time, expanded the possibilities for consumption. Digital era. Its most important innovation was the advent of the Internet, a computer network that made it possible to. This computer network made it possible to transmit information quickly, easily, and cheaply. Where services can be performed telematically and information can be stored electronically from two locations, regardless of distance, anywhere in the world. The distance in any part of the world, its beginnings were at the end of the XX century and the beginning of the XXI century. And the beginning of the 21st century. E-commerce began in the digital era since the beginning of the Internet, and its generalization was in the 90s and is increasing due to the low cost and easy access to the Internet. This facilitated the exponential growth of e-commerce due to easy access to the network and low cost of implementation within homes and businesses. In the beginning, commercial transactions were difficult for the common user, but nowadays it has become more common among individuals in less than a decade, becoming another option to make purchases. In conclusion, e-commerce is a new sales method where anyone around the world can easily access products and services offered by a company.